We live in a 21st century where inking the skin is now a fashion statement. It's estimated that 1 in 5 of the UK population is now tattooed. Celebrities such as David Beckham have been tattoo icons in the media that people have aspired to, resulting in an outburst of tattoos everywhere. In this documentary, you find out if a bit of colour on your skin can impact your working life.
Yeah, well, I was born in the East End 1960 and grew up around the East End, and basically we're talking about tattoos, aren't we? That's what we're going to get onto. What it basically boils down to is in the 80s I had a few tattoos done when I was like 20 years old. And back in the day when you had, at that time, you know, you had tattoos done, people used to look at like you was a little bit mental, you know what I mean? People couldn't believe what was going on. And like you'd walk down the street and people would give you a big wide swerve, you know what I mean? Because it looked a bit naughty. People thought, Christ, that looks a bit naughty. But this day and age now, what's happening? Everyone's having tattoos done. Young people are having them done left, right and centre. But back in the day, it was a major old thing to do, you know what I mean? People thought, Christ, that's a bit naughty, but it ain't that bad, you know what I mean? So I've gone through the times, basically, when I sort of started out having tattoos, people was going, Christ, that looks naughty. Can't believe it, what's he doing, the geezer? But then after a little while, when people started realising, oh, we're having a few bits and pieces done, no one really got too bothered about it.
Discrimination in the workplace? Again, it would really depend on what industry you're working in. I think people are very quick to judge. Different jobs require different circumstances and different ways in which you present yourself. I work on site and I wear heavy boots and warm jumpers and move about porta cabins. We also have very refined offices where I'm expected to turn up fully suited and booted for work. Again, appearance does play a large part.
Call me old-fashioned, but I still think facial tattoos are socially unacceptable. And it's just my thing. It's only been the past few years I've been willing to tattoo hands, because although, which is an answer to another question, it is illegal and discriminate to sort of unaccept people because of the tattoos. A lot of employers and just the social itself frown upon like very visual tattoos, and I just don't like tattooing the faces.
Well, that didn't change. When I started getting a few tattoos done, I bumped into a geezer down the East End, and he was doing tattooing. He used to do tattooing where we had bikes and that. We'd go out on the bikes, we'd come back to the tattoo place, do a few tattoos and this, that and the other. And it didn't really change my life. But when I started doing a bit of bodybuilding, I started doing competitions, I started losing competitions because I was getting marked down on having like tattoos when I didn't really want that. So I had a good few, I'd say I must have had about 15 years of being really disappointed that I had tattoos done and thinking, shit, I wish I never had them done. But now I can't really, the age I am now, I'm 55, I ain't too fussed with it. I sort of blend in with people anyway, and it ain't too much of a deal, you know what I mean?
No, I don't have tattoos. I don't particularly like them. Having said that, my husband and various members of my family and friends all support them quite proudly. But me personally, no, I actually don't like them at all.
Oh yes, because a tattoo doesn't affect a person's ability to work. You know, I mean, there's surgeons that have got full sleeves. I mean, I know a couple of police officers. One is one of my regular customers that is covered, and I mean covered from neck to foot. You know, firemen, solicitors, all walks of life. There's nothing to stop them doing their job because of a tattoo.
Well, I think that's a silly idea, because what it basically boils down to, you are a person as you are. And if you want to sort of put some art on your body, you know, I don't think there's a problem with that at all. I think it's a myth that's gone on from many years ago, where it's like, oh, if you're tattooed up, you're such a bad person. If people want to put some colour into their skin, I don't see a problem with it at all.